Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex Day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and a bit of a chaotic Friday, and Monday's kicking off in the same fashion. So the overall trend has been down, so we know we have been moving down. It's been a gentle trend, and then the last couple of weeks we had this steep fall. Problem we have now is with all the COVID noise that's happening at the moment, we've breached this trend line. We've also broken up above this previous high here, which is 112.772, and it looks like we are starting to form some sort of a base. So a couple of things that needs to stay in the back of your mind at the moment. So the first thing is, I just want to fine tune that level. So this is the first area. We've broken above all the moving averages. As you can see, we're coming back to test. Oscillators starting to agree with us that we need to start looking for an opportunity to buy into this. So short term, very much possible that we should be looking to buy. There is more structure further down here, which is at 112.300. So I'd be watching this level here, and just bear in mind that, let's put our 3 in, you've got this zone here, then you've got this level here. So just run through them. 112.755, and then the other one would be 112.561. So there is potential to see whether you can get an opportunity to buy into this to continue Friday's run. Now, because it's noise related, I'd be very careful. I'd be very, very careful. And also, I would prefer us to be rejecting a level higher up, and we're not rejecting a level higher up at the moment. So more than likely a little bit more upside to go. And for me, it's not a really sure bet trade, but well worth looking to see if you can get some price action here at 112.755. You're obviously looking for example, we have an inside bar here. You're looking for a break above the bar with a stop below it, but you want to be off the level. If this level doesn't hold, I'd be looking down here at 112.561. Same scenario. Look for the price action. So it'll be pin bars, inside bars, or engulfing bars. But yeah, being a Monday, it could also fall all the way down as well based on the noise that's in the market right now. So I'm very, very cautious with pretty much all Forex at the moment. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen. So overall trend is up. Again, we have broken a previous swing high, or swing low, should I rather say. There was a low, this is a new low. So, you know, if it was going to turn, you'd be looking for something, and it's going to be messy, but something somewhere around here at 114.200. So what you'd be looking for is price to come up and then pull back. We already have an inside bar, oscillators grouping to the downside and off the 155 EMA. So there's a very strong possibility here that we sort of bounce around, maybe create a higher low, and then start continuing with the overall trend to the upside. So if we get down to the hour, you'll see no real structure. There is a gap here, which is from Friday, and gaps are always magnets. So, you know, there's no real structure on this for me at the moment. You see we are bouncing off here at the moment, so it may play out, you know, if you start getting a bar that closes above what these two bars are at the moment, may actually be an opportunity for a bit of a long into this area here, which is 114.200, and probably just a bit of a range or some sort of thing. But there's nothing really concrete. I would prefer us to be moving in the overall trend, which was up, but now we are range bound. So, you know, possibly that we just continue in this range for a bit. So I'll sit and wait for that one a little bit longer. British pound, Japanese yen. We've been ranging in this zone for 3 weeks pretty much. A bit of a messy range. We have now broken to the downside. I would expect some kind of a pullback, to be honest, and that would be the opportunity for me to start looking for a continuation in this original trend to the downside. Trouble is we've got gaps to the upside, gaps to the downside. So you've got, you know, the more I'm looking at what's happening in Forex, it's going to be a pretty wild ride this week by the looks of things, at least for the start of the week. So expect some volatility. That is the next bit of structure to the upside. So that's 152.461. Trend is down. That would be the area I'd be paying attention to for a continuation to the downside. Alternatively, if you start getting up above this, then you're more than likely going to close this gap. But as I say, we've got an opening gap, and we've got a gap from Friday as well. So big red bar, I would assume that we are just looking for structure for another continuation to the downside. And lastly, moving on to Euro British Pound, very much sideways at the moment. And you can see we get below the moving averages, we track them, and we get above, and then we get below, and now we're pretty much inside them with the oscillators grouping to the upside. So another leg down, possible, or is it just pure sideways price action? If we have a look at the hour, you'll see that would be the base that I would be looking to potentially look for opportunities, but there's a gap to the downside, there's a gap to the upside. So I'd be a little bit cautious, probably more in line with looking at the gap. If we get back down to this gap, and that's pretty much the same on British pound, Japanese yen, if you get back to close the gap, that gives us a big up, big down in over 2 days, which is going to be a big confusion. And that's exactly what's going on at the moment. Nobody really knows what the impact of the new virus strain is, and it's just a bit of panic and knee-jerk reaction that's going on around the globe at the moment. But anyway, if you look at the forex market at the moment, I think my safest bet is to sit on my hands until we get some structure. As soon as we start seeing structure, so in other words, getting decent levels, getting priced to test those levels and reject them, find support, find resistance at different levels. That's what I'm looking for. As soon as we see that, then we can start looking at getting back into forex trades. But at the moment, sit on hands for me. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.